Alright, how's it going, everybody? This is Ismortah, and this evening I will be streaming this pretty awesome new game I just got into beginning of this week, which is called Minion Masters. So before I get started, a couple things. One, I just want to share that my schedule has changed where I'm streaming different content. Going forward, starting tomorrow will be the new schedule. So Mondays will be tower defense games. Mondays is going to be online card games. Wednesdays going to be tower defense games. Fridays will be RPG video games. And then Sundays will be board games. So really the main changes was I'm combining the Elemancer's content with the board game content, just because it makes better sense, and I'll always have something to share. And then having a dedicated day for tower defense, which would include like Dota 2, Minion Masters, of course, and also some Heroes of the Storm. So, but what I'm sharing tonight is Minion Masters. So let me just do a sound check right quick, and we will get started. And do apologize for the delay. I was stuffing my face with some Taco Bell nourishment, if you can use those two words together. Alright, it's one more sec, just trying to ensure that everything's coming through. Well, what I'm trying to check is one of the cool things about Minion Masters is they have an extension that integrates directly with Twitch. So what's cool is, for any of you that are following and watching, when you comment and join the stream, you'll actually see your characters actually in-game in the stands. And there's actually also macros and things you can do to have your characters do different things while you're supporting me while I play the game, which is pretty cool. So, other than checking the channel right quick, the other thing I want to do is channel right quick. The channels is good. Is also want to show you a link to that information in case you want to join in, either now or future streams of Minion Masters. All right, so Twitch looks good. So, let's jump into the game. Alright, looks like I got a new quest. Play 25 cards costing 5 or more, which is the majority of my deck. Cool, so this is Minion Masters. It's a tower defense game, but honestly I would say this game is more tower offense. The fact that it's really I would say like the opposite role that you're playing, like for example with Heroes of the Storm. Instead of defending a tower with mindless minions that are coming out and you're controlling the actions of your hero, in this game you're controlling the actions of the minions. You're saying what minions come out when and where, and then once you do that, then they're set in their actions and go out. Whereas your hero or your master, like you see here, is just stands at the tower and does certain abilities and bonuses by default. But the game's a lot of fun, and it is card-based, so you play cards that determine what minion you're going to have come out and do what, which is the deck that you see up here, for example. And yeah, let's show you some stuff. So I'm not going to get too happy with during certain ranks that I'm barely in the league that I want, only because the reset's going to be this Wednesday, and I want to get credit for a couple of these. This one being Team Battle, where I'm at, just got into Platinum, and Soloed, I just got in the Gold. So I think what I'll do is probably team play. That we can see more stuff, more players at the same time, and all the different cards and abilities. And then I'll also do just challenges, which is you're playing the computer, and you can choose the difficulty. So I can just show you for fun different types of decks and stuff you can play as well. Sound good? Alrighty, so let me then jump into team play. Actually, before I jump into team play, let me show you that link again. Go to it, which I believe is here. So if you go to minionmaster.com/streamerboost, I believe there is where you can find different macros, commands you can do in chat, which will trigger different actions of your character in the stands while you're watching the game. So let me see if I can get this to work. So this is my first time doing it, so I'm assuming I've done it correctly. But let me see. Alright, and the reason why it says a challenge conquest is because one of the things you can do in the game, of which there's many, is to have what you do in the game contribute to your guild. So if you're in the cycle they can do conquest stuff, then whatever you do in the game could count toward points for the conquest, and the more points you contribute, the higher level your guild can get, and if you get higher levels, like you see down here, you get different rewards the higher you go. So far, in this round of Conquest, I have 4 wins, 2 losses, which is a pretty good ratio. And currently the guild I'm in is called Day Knights 5, which is one of the Day Knights guilds supporting the philosophy and also part of the Day Knights community, which is run by Day 9. And this is me right here. And you see, like right now, I'm one of the highest contributors total. For this cycle, I've just done 13k, but I'm still in the cycle, I believe, until I get to 6 wins or 3 losses. So I still have a few more I can do for that. And currently there are about 60 people. Cool, let's go ahead and do it. So the only thing unique about my deck is I'm not running any legendaries, only because I have a formula that's been working with me so far, so I don't want to screw with it. That's why any different other ideas I've had, on the right hand side here, just on my different decks that I've just been playing around with different card sets and testing them out in what I call the challenge mode, but I call practice mode, before going live. Just because I'm not at the reset yet, and any game you play modifies your rank. I'll show you right quick before I jump in the cards that I will be using. And I'll scroll left to the right because I'm not going to go into what each thing does, just because if you're just new to the game you won't know what I'm talking about, but I'll just hover over so you can see what each card can do. And you'll see when I actually start playing the game how different things are important. I will say what the numbers at the upper right represent is mana, the cost to play the card. You generate mana like 1 every second. Whereas the gold number at the bottom represents glory. And what that means is based on the glory value you have on the card, when I win, it contributes to the glory score you see on the right-hand side of my card list. And that's how much glory I would earn based on a win. And then that, based on certain multipliers, is how much will either go toward my battle pass for the season, which I can unlock stuff, or toward my guild conquest to level and unlock stuff as well. Alright, let's see how we do. Also see if I can't get this to work correctly. Let's do it. So definitely, however I do, I want to make sure to stay in platinum. So regardless of what happens today, if I find out that I'm barely non-platinum, then I'll definitely make sure I get barely back into platinum before Wednesday, so I can get those sweet rewards for platinum, which honestly isn't much, but something I just want to say that I earned it. I do see the loading screen pop up stream and stuff, so it looks like it did link correctly, so that's good.
Masters, get ready! Make this entertaining, guys. Let's duel!
I feel like a million volts.
That is how you punch them. It looked kind of grim in the beginning, but that's because I was too worried because your hero can take a certain amount of hits, so they just went heavy tank strategy. I just had to find a solution, which that's what this deck's based around, actually. I think why it does so well, because it has a lot of solutions. Cool, so we're earning toward Battle Chest. We did some more Guild Conquest. I think I could do one more win. And contributing to the big owns. And I thought we had gotten something else. An achievement. Yeah. That's gave me those rubies. Rubies. 7. If I complete these remaining 7 achievements, then I get copies of free legendary. So what this game does is, when you get copies, unlike other card games, let's say, you can't disenchant them. But when you get copies, if you have copies of it, then it contributes to that card's glory. So the more copies of the card you have, it contributes more to the glory, and glory lets you level faster and contribute more to your guild or to a battle pass. But it's not saying you can't do copies when you play the game. It just, you can only have one of every card in a deck of 10, but you have 2 wild card slots, and if you have unlocked with enough copies of a card, a wild card slot for that card, like for example this one I have 0, this one you see I have 1, this one I see I have 2, then that means you could run 2 or 3 copies of that card in the deck. It's just, in a deck, the most wild cards you can run is 2. But the fact there's so many similarities to some of the abilities some of these cards do, there's really no reason why you can't just run one of different types anyway. And then, how you get cards chiefly is from, what is it called? Power tokens, which you buy with gold, and every time you earn a power token based on its rarity, you also get shards. And shards is what you can use to purchase directly the card you want by recruiting. As you see here. It's like, hey, I can recruit this one for 500, or this guy for 50. Directly. Anywho. Less jibber jabber and more slashy slashy. Alright, so yeah, my favorite is Team Battle. It's actually what I'm also doing the best. I just like it more just because there's more strategy with combinations you can do, as opposed to being a little bit more RNG when you're 1 versus 1. If you just don't have the cards, you may not be able to respond the way that you wanted to. That's why I like it. My deck just has a lot of answers. Like, I can charge in with fast Zerg-like guys. I have a temporary tank with my Divine Warrior. I have spells that can blast stuff from afar. I have a dragon that can go stealth till it attacks. I have the ability to shoot at range and at flyers. So I have a lot of answers to a lot of different solutions. As well as having my Angel Dude you saw at the right hand side. That is my most expensive card in the deck that can fire hella far away and do tons of damage. So it can really deal with the tanks that they send my way.
Masters, get
as well as
ready.
nuke a tower from afar.
Let's go!
Lightning never strikes twice, but I do.
Oh, wow, that's a cool spell. It's one of the cards I want. That you can, it does 50 damage. Everybody in the field, it drops down to 50%, and then, summons 2 werewolves, which is pretty cool. And so by holding the bridges, you get more experience. We get more experience to get the perks you see at the top. And with perks at the top, you can get advantages in battle. And if you get the last perk, that's always for everyone's same Mana Surge. And if you get that, you get mana so fast, you're just guaranteed to win the game, practically. Looks like a strategy that I see so far, you saw 2 in a row, is people are just heavy on tanks, so... And then a way you could stop that is by also just by countering a tank with a tank. Just do the... But it looks like that's the last I can contribute for this cycle. I got 5 wins. Last time I went 6-0, this time I went 5-3. Which makes sense because when I was getting wins, it just counts any win, not what league you're in when you do it. And so obviously I had easier time getting wins lower leagues, but I think I did pretty good. Definitely it's my solution to the tank that I need to possibly take a look at. So if I get play with 5 more cards, I do this. Really, my solution for tanks is you want to do heavy DPS, or just meet it with the same super heavy guy. I don't have any super heavy guys except for this, but it's Flyer. Even though it does a lot of damage, but if someone has a weakling at the front of it, I could be aggro to the wrong thing. This does heavy damage, and so does this. I just didn't have any of these 2 solutions. If I recall, I just had this guy out. So, you know, it'd be what it be. So I know I can safely do another game, because I'm not going to lose 130 in one match, so... Let's see, this one I'm close, so... I think I had another balanced deck. I just had 2, right? This one, pretty much similar strategy, but I took out the 7 cost angelic guy. I don't know why I keep forgetting his name. Harbinger. There you go. And I put in a Lycan and some more lower guys. These guys punch, but they're also kind of squishy, so not the best thing against a tank. I mean, they are, as long as they're not the one taking the hits. So, I mean... I'm just seeing how these decks are different. The first 3 and the last one, is that the main difference? Yeah. Oh, I took out my super beam. Maybe I want to take out these 2. See if I have any good legends I can put in that I got new. I mean, I have this guy, but he's super expensive. Reduce the cost of Voidborn cards, which you'll see is the blue descriptor. I mean, I have half my deck's Voidborn, so I would get benefit from that if I have those in my hand. So it should be half my cards are Voidborn. I could try it. He's basically a tank, similar deal. Runs really fast. The difference is he attacks all targets, not just gunning 4, which honestly I think is kind of better, honestly, just because I want to take shit out and be able to tank for people behind him. So then I think I just want to add another. I have weaklings. I can come in and higher up. I may want a 3rd spell. So for fun, I could do this one. What it does, it counts as Voidborn, so it will contribute if I have it in my hand. It'd be cheaper. But a random friend, it disables them for 5 seconds, which is an eternity. But if successful, it then turns them into a cleaver. And a cleaver is like the Doom cleaver, but a little bit less powerful. It's what is it? Hello. I thought it cost 6. Where the fuck is it? Oh, here we go. So basically, it's identical stats. It just the one I put on my deck is the legend that also has those additional abilities. That it's more expensive, but makes stuff cheaper. I thought he did something else too. Oh, he attacks any ground, and I think the other guy attacked. Well, it looks like they're exactly the same. The only difference is his ability of the powers. whenever I kill a minion or hit an enemy tower, I make stuff cheaper. So you get the value when he stays out a long period of time. If he just comes out and dies, then it's better to summon this guy. I just thought it'd be fun that if I did that in combination with oh yeah, this is one of the ways you can stop a tank also. You just stun it, so he can't do any actions whatsoever. And maybe that's the solution, just to have a stun ability. Plus, it's a low cost. I can have come out and do shit too. So technically, I only have 2 spells. Something that hits regardless. This guy only hits when he deploys. I kind of want to have another spell though. I mean, I have 2 flyers that can intercept, so maybe I won't do the stunner. But I mean, that's one of the good solutions. I mean, I'm definitely on the fence about doing it. Really, this guy works like a spell because you can't see him coming. It's guaranteed damage. And this one is a spell. I have to be at a safe distance, so I'll try it. And since I have saved as a different deck, it's not compromising the other deck I created. That's what's cool about having a lot of different deck slots. Experiment with shit. I don't have 3 pages worth of decks. I only have a few decks. A couple decks that I use, which are the balances, and then decks I'm trying to make, like Dead Space 3 and Spectral, just because I'm trying to make an Accursed deck with all of the Skeletal and Spirit cards. Otherwise, the decks you see here are just me to tell myself how many of a type of card I have. Like, this tells me how many dragons I have. This one is like how many scrats do I have, which is actually a little bit more than this. But just so I have an idea of what I have to choose from at a glance. The fun deck I'm trying to make is this one that I call Dead Space 3. One, because I actually worked on Dead Space 3, so it's fitting. But also because the whole theme of Dead Space was dead and space. And we see my deck here, it's all dead, and I have just 3 guys that are Outlanders in space. So it's dead, but space, I only have 3. Anyway, I thought it was cool. And you may be thinking, like, well, why is this drag here? Because this is actually a fallen dragon, a resurrected dragon. And this is actually the one card in my deck I don't have that I'm trying to unlock and get. It's the Coup de Grace. Mana cost 10, as you can see, so it's pretty powerful. But yeah, it's just a fun deck. Alright, cool. So I'll try Balance 2 this time. And give it a whirl. And actually, before I take it live, I just want to test basically how it works. So I'll show you challenge mode. So in this mode is cool, like, after you go through the forced tutorial and just the basics how to play the game, and you get pretty good cards. Honestly, the cards except for one that I used in my balance deck that you saw me playing with before, is those cards, minus the Shadow Dragon. Like, so you get good enough shit to do very well in this game, going out the gate. But here you can fight AI different difficulties to test decks that you make, which is pretty cool. So this one I just want to test to see how it does, just make sure it fundamentally doesn't have any problems. So I'm going to do a couple tests with this deck, medium to hard difficulty, one each, and then I'll jump into another team game. And this example of a Accursed Minion that I was talking about, cards that are of this type, Accursed. This one, for example, has the ability Spirit. What that does is it gives a creature 200 hit points, as well as the ability to, when it dies, that I get a Spectral Essence. And to do Accursed Ascension, which unlocks the ability of the dragon I showed you, you need to collect 20 essences. And so this is the way you can get essence.
Duel.
My aim is shockingly good.
if you do stun with this, I can stop it from moving, and then I can attack it. For example. Alright, so I'll charge up my powerful dude since I have still advantage and pressure. Again, this is 3 more expensive than it should be, but the whole idea is the more stuff I kill, the more he goes. He's a wrecking ball. Wow, he got lucky with that one. And you see at the bottom we saw green, how it was making cards cheaper. In fact, he was killing more and more stuff. So that's just a card that it is a gamble because you can do a similar power for 6. It just the fact I can get value back. But it's worth a try, so I'll try hard, same guy, and to see if I have similar success. If so, and no obvious weakness other than really just that one card, which should be because basically the same deck that I was using against human opponents, for the most part, minus like 2 or 3 cards.
Welcome to Minion Masters!
Lightning never strikes twice, but I do.
Alright, so I'm going to try to go for this as soon as possible. If he doesn't do anything that fucks with me, I'm good at first. Nope, still more pressure. I need to answer. Now I'll do it. Say for example, this card would have cost me 5 or 6 and only cost me 3. That's pretty good. Surprise.
Call in the big
Well, ironically, I had all not what I needed. Cool, so that was cheaper, so I don't know, it may be a wash, but it's fun. Alright, I'll now go for my dude again. Which I may not need because they hit so hard.
I don't know what this does.
So I'll bring that. He runs really fast. You see, like, when he's not engaged, he runs 10. He's actually the fastest unit in my deck. Like, my Swarmers run 7, he runs 10. So he basically runs... So, I mean... Most of my units run like 4 or 5, so he runs more than twice the speed of typical units I have. I think it works. I'm gonna rock it. I like it. Okay, so I play 5 that cost 5. The majority of my deck is over 5. So. Actually, I would say the mana curve of my deck is a little too high, actually, being 5.4. That means on average I have to wait 5 seconds before I can play something. So, I think the only card here that underperforms is probably... I want to say these guys, actually, because it's just so fucking slow. Like, you do so much damage, but it takes them so long to engage. But that's not going to bring down my mana curve if I remove a 4. Really what's screwing it up is this guy. Honestly, this one may be a problem, too. He hits hard, but he moves slow. I could try out this guy for fun. Or you know what? I could try out that card that I was telling you guys about. I don't know, that'd be fun to try out though. This actually would be a good counter against, how far is the radius? Oh, it's pretty far actually. Because you can use it to temporarily remove the tank or the damage and screw up someone that's hiding behind a tank. That's interesting. And then if I do that strategy instead of the stun lancers, and then maybe put in another spell. This is interesting, the Gambler's Ball, because if I do it on my tank, if he's getting swarmed, it could kill everything, or it could heal my tank. I think this would be interesting to use too. And what's good about the black hole is it counts as a void, so it counts toward this guy. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that bounce off this guy. That's true, it wouldn't count as a void. But I mean, I have 5 cards that... I basically just want to make sure I always get the benefit of this guy when I play him. But this would be good, just because I can use it all around my tank. That would be interesting. I did drop my curve a little bit. I don't think I need this guy. If these two are my tanks that do heavy damage to draw aggro, especially this guy, I want something cheaper that I can engage with, so I think I'll take him out too. So technically I have 4 spells. It'd be advantageous if I add another void card. And that's what I want. I want to add something that's a void. Now this one will be a twofer because it's a fireball, but if I play this after this guy, it also counts as a Dragon Whelp after it hits. But the reason why I don't do it is because it's so expensive, but then he would drop the cost of this spell. And I can use this on top of him. So maybe I'll do that. Now I have 6 cards that can use it. Technically 2. Actually, looking at this, technically I have 3 fireballs. This could be a fireball. This is fireball plus dragon. This is fireball. So I have 3 fireballs. And then I have 2 cards that I can support my tank with, other than DPS, because this could heal him, and this I can remove someone else's tank or their guys, or I can even do it so if someone encounters my tank, I can make his guys disappear. That way my tank can continue running forward. So this will be fun. I know the F word, right? We got some definite fire, definite dragons. Definitely a fiend-based deck, but then I have some marine support. You know, brothers at arms. Cool. Well, this deck looks fun if anything, so I'm just going to try this once on Expert to see if it jives, and then I'll run with this guy. But this looks fun. And we'll try out a different enemy master as well. But yeah, I think it's curved. It goes... I only have 3 cards that are above 5. And then this can reduce the cost of this higher level shit. Especially these. Yeah. Give it a go.
Masters, get ready.
And like I said, I will also be doing Mini Masters. Definitely prioritize doing this for the next stream on Wednesday. Oh fuck! I forgot. That card, he only actually spawns the dragon if you have already what's the word? You had to have played a creature of 6 or higher. I forgot. That's good, so this bought me enough time so I can play my guy. I'm liking that spell. Ironically, though, it wasn't enough to kill him, which is unfortunate. Ooh, and he brought in the Harbinger. I may actually lose this. very real possibility. Yeah, seeing this. Wow. Yeah, but that's what's cool about doing the AI, so you can test your decks without losing rank, because there is no unranked online play unless you play one of your friends. So, I'm trying to think, what was the problem with that? What was the problem with that deck? I think the problem is I summoned this guy and then he just died, so I didn't gain the value from him. That was definitely one thing. And then I wasted this guy, paid 6 to kill something, so I think I just bled myself mana. Was really high. I lost that game. I didn't really have any counters I could deal with. I just blew like 10 seconds worth of playing stuff. 10 mana. Well, I'll try it again before I judge. In any case, I could always just do the deck I did before when I was playing against human opponents. Also,
Let's go!
Ready to fight for rightness.
oops, I thought that was enemy dragon. That was my dragon. That's okay. That's why we do this. Okay, I think I'll just go for the rush. I have so much air power.
Call in the big clouds.
And now let's do a heals nuke spell. Take that, fucker. So what this demonstrates was, like, my deck works. I just made some poor choices that I drained myself, honestly, 10 mana of value, which is terrible. Alright, so I'm gonna try it one more time. I just really like the the only thing I know I misplayed last game was the void spell. I actually voided my own thing, but that's so cool because like it's like a stun, but someone can't stop it. And I can use it again for my stuff, so you can't target, or I can use it on the enemy stuff, so you can't support or assault my shit. It's so cool because like I paid 2 mana, which then allows me to then generate 6 mana for a solution. So the net gain is I can freeze and wait 4 seconds to then spend mana, if that makes any sense, to come up with a solution. It's like it buys me time. That's what's so cool about it. And then this is a twofer, especially if I use it around my tank. I can damage or heal. It does look fun. I like it. I don't know how long I'm going to play tonight, but I know I'll stop at 9 o'clock, but I do want to get in some more
shockingly good.
basic, some more actual player team play. I could answer with my dragon, but I want to answer with this guy instead, because then I'll get value immediately. Answering this guy because he can't see him coming. Wham.
Call in the big clouds.
Fireball ready in case he tries to answer.
Destroy. Yes.
It's okay, I got super value. Like this costs 2, not costs 0. Got and it's every time I kill or every time I hit the tower. So it's like I got like 5 mana value out of that guy. It's awesome. Definitely always gun for it. That's the moral of the story. I just have to make sure that the last minute minion I play right before it is a like that costs 6, so I have to play this next because then I get a 2-fer.
Mana well spent.
Boom.
Who has obtained perk number 2?
Buy some time. Like flying a dragon. God, that spell is fucking awesome, man. The fact that people rely on tanks or the support behind the tank, and I can remove one of those too to take out for cheaply, or I can just stop shit altogether. It's so awesome. Some sort of bug that's flew into my house. I don't know where it came from. Actually, let me check. There shouldn't be any windows open. Just hang on 1 second, guys. I don't know where it came from. I don't have the windows open. Anywho. Okay. Wow, man. Like the 2 new cards, like this Fireball card's good, but it's liability, so I really need to make sure that I play one of these 2 guys first, and then so it makes it cheaper. Especially this guy, because I need him to play him, and he would make this cheaper. So by the time this comes out, it may only cost me 4, but then I also get the value of also a dragon, so it'll be a Fireball plus and then dragon for free, which is cool. But man, these 2 cards are super fucking fun. Yeah, let's rock this. I definitely want to push platinum if possible, but I definitely want to complete the daily quest. But I definitely don't want to lose twice in a row because I want to keep my rank. So, see what happens. We shall see. But yeah, this game is super fun, and honestly, for a free-to-play game, like, really a lot of stuff is cosmetic. It's really only when you get like above gold that it's advantageous to have some other cards, but they're obviously spending all their mana because they could do a super push, otherwise they would have spent it already. I don't have my super solution yet. Okay, I definitely want to take out that guy, though. So I admit, that was a bad move. I actually meant to summon this guy and not that one. So that was not a good move. Sure. Oh, fuck. That was a good answer, though. I know I got lucky, but I lucked out. We're currently losing on the mana thing, though. I'll have a solution here in a sec. Okay, I think I'm going to be able to hold off long enough. I really want to summon this guy. They could probably nuke this guy because he's so powerful. So if I just wait for him to use it on. Stop it! Sorry, my dog. My cat's being crazy. Just can't get good kitties. Fortunately, that was the healing fireball. Yeah. I made a couple mistakes on really when I played that one pack of dragons, they instantly died. That was not a good play. And that was one thing I can think of. One thing that could have done better. But that was a fun game. It seemed like the game's a lot of fun. Alright, so we dropped 6 to 8 points, so like if I do have another loss, I don't want to drop outside of Platinum, so probably not going to do another one of those. Let's see how we're doing. Yeah, no, like this is a really fun deck. I just think like I have to practice doing it more because it really is a super expensive as far as some of the spells. If I don't get value out of them, then I'm really putting myself at a loss because then someone's getting more value out of the same mana that they spend. It's a fun one. There's a lot of different modes here, like there's Challenge, which is AI, different difficulties. There's Battle, 1v1. Then there's 2v2. Then this one is Draft, but you have to pay to enter, but it's like typical draft for a card game. And then this one is Expeditions, which it's basically your character moves around a map, and you can choose your encounters, and it's giving you objectives to do during the game. And if you do those objectives, then you get a currency in the expedition, and if you get enough currency you can challenge bosses, and if you beat the bosses then you get rewards, in a nutshell. So it's basically like getting rewarded for the same shit you're doing anyway. And then Mayhem, it's just like super random in different types of modes with different modifiers. For this, think of something like shit, what is it called in Hearthstone? The brawls that you just have weird mutators and mechanics in games. So I haven't done this yet, but when it locks a couple days, like for Wednesday, maybe I'll give it a try. Wednesday being the next stream for Minion Masters. So I just really don't want to press my rank. Not for this first time anyway, just see what I get for both. What I was doing when I was first playing was doing my try hard with team, but then just experiment with battle. But since I found after the fact I can experiment with these challenges, I really don't need to. As far as testing out just generically how I should do different things with my deck, anyway. But let me show you a deck I'm going to do for fun. One of the advantages of being in a guild is every cycle you get cards that you don't even necessarily need to own that you can use during the cycle. And it can even be in games that are not even for the conquest. It just during the cycle I have certain cards I can use, and they're always legendary. And one of them is Nervir, which is cool. So I can test out the decks using Nervir to see how they work. Like, honestly, I just want this guy just because he looks cool and it's fun, regardless of practically for like the meta how good it is. I don't give a fuck. It's fun. So play this for. So I'm trying to figure out like what's the strategy that would work with him. And basically I was thinking, well, maybe I should just do some control with some Accursed, and that's why I created my Dead Space 3 deck. But honestly, if you want to get Accursed as fast as possible, then everything you play should be Accursed. Because really, you want to get this guy as fast as possible to get him on the field. So my thinking was just that this could help me survive till then, but maybe I should create a deck with just him and see how it goes. And I believe that's what this deck was. So I'll give this deck a try. It's 100% all Accursed, I believe. Yep, I'll say it definitely looks Accursed. It's all spiritual or skeletal. Cool, so I'll give this a go. And even for having a 10 cost card, it's actually the mana curve is pretty good. The reason why the mana curve is a factor is because if someone has better mana curve, then they're playing stuff faster than you. Which may not be a problem if your answer is good, but the fact that there's stuff that counters everything in the game, if you play something that's super expensive and someone easily counters it, like that's how like I've been losing these games, is I've put out super value that I make a stupid mistake. Like there've been a couple times that someone's made a clever move to counter, but I've just noticed I've made some really costly mistakes, and that would cost the game just because that's 5 mana I could have spent on a solution that I couldn't, and so I couldn't answer to it. And this is one of those games, just like other MOBAs, that once you start losing, it snowballs. Especially this, because your minions stay out, and they're... I guess that's a bad example, but like... I'm trying to think of a game that... you can have a bunch of shit out, and then that could be used against you previous rounds, and then you just keep the snowballs. But basically that's what happens. Alright, so let's give this a try and show you some of the goodies. Here's one of my my only other avatar that I have, Master, who does instead of bonuses with the arrow, what he does, he has a very short radius AoE that's weakly can hit everybody in range, but he can summon tombstones that can be either a motionless creature that taunts, or it could resummon the last guy that died on my team. Whereas the other avatar, this guy, the bonus he gives is to range units, is one of his perks that you unlock if you get enough experience in the battle. So you definitely want to have, if you have a bunch of units, to have ranged weapons like I do, like a third of my deck, that can actually utilize that bonus. And similar to like Heroes of the Storm, you see that they also have a couple of heroes that are on rotation every like week, let's say. So you can play as heroes. You don't necessarily have to acquire them. I just acquired this guy because I got this legendary skin of him, and you know, he looked fun. All right, let's do it. So I don't know how crappy this deck is, so I'll start off medium. And we'll show you some more stuff. Yeah, this is like, it's like stupid fun. Like, yeah, you know, you may want to, you know, acquire some cards before you do like meta or whatever, but you know, the combat for this, as for ranking, resets every month, just like if you play like Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So, and like I said, you can just have one be fuck around play with players for fun, and the other one is to try hard. So, but it's a fun game, and for free to play, you can honestly free to play it. I just, as you saw, did spend money on rubies and shit just because I wanted to, because it's fun. Go figure, right? But the thing is, like, to be competitive, you don't necessarily have to. That's what's cool.
Masters of minions and minions of masters.
You can definitely have fun playing regardless, because it's just cool stuff. It's fast game.
Will be
So I definitely don't necessarily know the strategy for this. I'm just playing cards for fun, so we'll see how it goes.
Blue obtained the first card.
This is a card that I play, but if I play as Accursed, it does better, for example. So far, Spectral Essence, for example, see here I have 3. I need to get 20 to maximize, for example, the bell. Oh, just missed. Let's do that. You can see from, like, for example, from the fireball, that's why you don't necessarily want all you guys grouped together, because to not get hit. So see how I was close, I was already at 19. It's funny, like the strategy that I just thought of was don't have guys go by themselves. Have a couple guys go together, which is typically a good strategy anyway. And then just keep spamming just hordes and hordes of guys. Which is probably how you're supposed to play this, but I do need to pay attention to what should be countering what. For sure. But you see, like right now, it's like, I don't care. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's just fun playing. Just keep sending out skeletons and doing evil spiritual shit. Cool. I'm gonna do it again for fun, and I'm gonna see if I can't. Well, I mean, I don't necessarily want to stall, but well, I could definitely try a harder difficulty. But I wanted to bring out the Mr. Drago, so I'll do the same thing because I just wanted to show it to you. But it could also be I'm not doing the most efficient way to get spirit, but I think I am. Could be wrong. See, what's another guy for fun? This guy would... I'll go bug.
We've got a corker of a fight for you today here on Minion Masters. Showtime!
Unfortunately, I only have one guy, so I want to wait long enough just so I could possibly respond. That should start healing me. Oh, that's cool. That's a card I would like to have because he takes control over it, and I just healed him. Well, that was a good move. One thing I've noticed is skeletons just die really easy. Probably guaranteed to lose this. Do a Hail Mary. So I got 20. So I could do the breath or the toll. I'll do the toll. Oh, I'm gonna die. Shit. Well, it's cool. Like you saw an example of me doing the Accursed Ascension. The problem, like you saw with this deck, is the skeletons just die really easy because they're skeletons, right? So I have to think of a way to protect the skeletons from damage or separate them so they don't get mass killed. But I'm not too worried about trying to figure out a strategy because I'm still trying to get the dragon card anyway. But even with these two, I can use Accursed Ascension, so I could try to make a viable deck right now anyway. And just swap in this guy later. Because the Bell and the Breath both use the Ascension to get additional value. Das is true. Or like if I put the skeletons behind a tank. But some of these skeletons are kind of tanky too. Like, I thought, like this guy is kind of decent tanky for 4, you know? Kind of, sort of. Okay, well let me do easy mode because I want to show you the fucking dragon. So, that's another guy you haven't seen. Here's a different variant of the same guy, different skin. Do that. Pretty creative. The staff is made up of his body parts. Summon him with him. And then summon 5 with 4. Or maybe I could do that. Nope. Christ, man. God, see, it's like right there. Like, that was a super loss. I lost 4 value. Because I can't kill the fucker. Like, I'm already almost dead from one guy. Did I just lose on easy mode? Like I said, to be honest, like I just threw these cards together because they all had the word accursed, and I knew I needed accursed stuff to do the Accursed Ascension. But yeah, I just lost on easy mode with the deck. So okay, and that's why you want to test before you take it into raids. Fuck, man, I just want to show you the ability. So maybe I'll swap to Dead Space 3, see if that does better. I just want to show you the dragon. And unfortunately, I like the other 2 cards that you just get more of a bonus with Ascension. The dragon, you really only, you can't even play the dragon unless you have Ascension. You can't even play him. Because he is sort of like a half-value tank. Probably the same strategy. I'll try to get close to 10 mana to group these two. So I'll summon him now and start walking. And actually, I'll save this for the dragon. Wow, that Spiritmancer is the shit, man. Fucking hell, that's a good guard. Get some heals on. Nice. And the heal made him survive Fireball. That was fucking awesome. Awesome. Fucking hell, that was cool. Oops. It is so gratifying to get those ragdoll physics when you take out the tower. God, that's fucking cool. I know they're not original doing that, but for some reason with this game it looks so much cooler. Maybe it's because they do it in slow motion, but God, it's so gratifying. Whew. Alright, I'll try it one more time to show you the dragon. Because the problem is I can't control the minions once I tell them to go. So I can't tell them, hey, stop attacking.
Masters, prepare to duel. Play cards.
This will be fun.
I could have spawned those guys a little bit closer, but that's okay. That should be enough damage to take it out. And then I'll go up top after I get a little bit more punch. Or it would have been. So that was the fire without the ascension. With the ascension, what it does as a bonus is it would then also spawn skeletons from all the bodies that were left. It's pretty cool.
Will obtain number 2.
Get the drain him of his energy. Drain that boy. Drain him of all his life. Yes, good. Drain him. Yes. Go from green to purple energy. Yes. Eat it. And then get some dragon. That's the dragon's breath. And you saw the dragon when I played the Nivir Slumbers. It does a spiritual circle around someone's feet and infects them with a curse. It just, when you have the Ascension, then it's like the dragon awakes, and then you get it replaced with a card that's the 10 value card. Cool. Well, I think that's all I'm going to show for this evening. You get a sense of what the game's all about, what some of the PvP content looks like, what some of the other cool cards you can play with as, especially the Accursed. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I definitely recommend it, and it's definitely free to play. So I'm going to be playing this game again Wednesday, 7 p.m. PST. But my next stream is going to be Monday, 7 p.m. PST, which will be my online card game session, and I'm going to do some Hearthstone. Going to jump into some, what is it called? Their story mode. Their adventures. The new one that came out. As well as show you the one random deck from the Shadow Cloak that you get from purchasing that adventure. Well, thanks for joining. Again, this is Ismortah, and I will catch you next time.